Kyler Murray, we start with the Cardinals quarterback, going into his second year. Impressive rookie season, and he was the only player in the NFL last year, 3,500 yards passing and 500 yards rushing, while garnering the Offensive Rookie of the Year honor. So, a little quietly, Kyler Murray did a lot of good stuff. Although, if you listen to this show, we've touted him quite a bit. However, apparently Madden 20, not as impressed, giving Murray, honestly, a relatively pedestrian. I saw this, too, and I'm like, this guy's going to make you eat that going into next year. He's going to be about 84, 85, in my opinion. He's going to have a big jump. But anyway, Murray is 77 right now, and drawing some ire from the Heisman Trophy, the former Heisman winner, when he found out on First Take today that the number was not too impressive. He's pretty boring.
Yeah, no.
Kyler Murray's pretty boring.
Yeah, well, that's not a bad thing, though. It's not a bad thing.
He's all ball. And he seems to be focused. We've had him on the show twice. Pretty boring.
Yep.
Pretty boring. So, Kyler Murray will be a serious MVP candidate in 2020.
I would say in 2021 or 22, maybe, but not in 2020. So I'm going to say out of bounds of this, BT. And it's not a knock on him as a player. I think he's going to have another fantastic year. Still for over 4,000 yards, maybe rush for a couple hundred, 300 or 400, a few touchdowns here and there, and help his team win some games. But his team's not going to win enough for him to be in the conversation for MVP, especially when you look at some of the names out there. MVP is not conference specific; it's the whole league. So Pat Mahomes and Lamar Jackson, those guys didn't go nowhere, and they're still young and ascending. And Russell Wilson is also in this conversation, and Russell Wilson, incidentally enough, is in his conference, or his division, I should say. And so I think there is going to be a lot of challenges for Kyler Murray. Most importantly, are they going to be a 10 or 11 win team? Not so sure they are going to be that next year.
Understood. You lay it out well. I do. I disagree, because I've said this on the show a few times. I believe he's going to be, on the back end, the periphery of the MVP race. So my answer is inbounds. And I mean, at some point, America should learn that, when I take a young football player and throw him into the MVP race, it's usually money for that player. Did it with Mahomes, he won it, and I'm doing it now with Murray, and it's going to happen because he's a blossoming star. Mahomes 98 overall, Brady's 97. Phillip Rivers is 94. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Drew Brees is 93. I'll give you the top 10. Wait. Phillip Rivers is higher than Russell Wilson.
You know what this feels like? It feels like that. Like we're getting. Yeah, you made the Pro Bowl. Good job. Yeah, you're in the Pro Bowl. You know what I mean? It's like.
I mean, that's an egregious oversight.
You're getting rewarded for past performance, and that's just not fair.
That's ridiculous. I mean, that's offensive to Russell Wilson.
I hear you.
Matt Ryan's at 89. Dak is at 84. You've got Baker Mayfield 9th and Big Ben 10th at 83. Some of the bottom ones, just so you can get a sense of the numbers here. Again, keep in mind, Kyler Murray's 77. Jacoby Brissett is last. He's 72nd. Joe Flacco's 73rd. My guy, Darnold, who's going to stuff it down their throat as well, is 73rd. Is 73, I should say. Teddy Bridgewater, 73, low. And Kyler Murray is in that neighborhood. This is ridiculous. Mitch Trubisky is 75 overall rating. The hell are they watching?
I don't know.
That's ridiculous. Kyler Murray's going to be a star. Celtics have made the conference finals 2 of the past 3 years and currently sit third in the Eastern Conference behind the Bucks and the Raptors, but battled various injuries all season long. This week, center Enes Kanter says the rest of the league should watch out now that they're getting pretty healthy. I mean, the NBA should be scared because everybody is healthy now. Think about that comment there. Seems a bit ambitious. In or out? Or delusional? The Celtics are serious threats to come out of the Eastern Conference.
I'm going to say inbounds to that, BT, because I think anybody is a serious threat to come out of the Eastern Conference.
Boom.
We don't know how anybody's going to play. Or, I mean, we just have no idea. Somebody could get hurt in a week because they haven't played in 3 months. So, yeah, I'm going to say inbounds to this. They have the requisite talent. They have a really good coach. They don't have the problem child like they used to have. And so I think that right now the Celtics have as good a shot as anybody in the Eastern Conference, even even with Giannis and the Milwaukee Bucks playing as well as they have or had going into the break, but I mean the pandemic, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely they have a shot.
Yeah, I totally agree. Now, again, the words used by Cantor, the NBA should be scared. I mean that's it is what it is.
I'm not co-signing that.
No,
I do think
no.
they have a shot to be a contender.
Yep, which is why I was messing around a little bit with that framing of it. But absolutely, and they've got a star player in Jason Tatum who can hit shots at the end of a game. As you said, they've got a terrific head coach who's kind of gotten back his reputation that he earned. That was kind of lost a little last year with Kyrie, the coach killer. What else is new? They've got some shot makers. Obviously Kemba can break you down. They've got some defenders, and they've got some experience. Absolutely inbounds. There is no doubt about it they can win it. Lillard getting props, even though Tiki was sleeping on him last week.
I wasn't sleeping on him.
Yeah, you were. Stop, you were.
I just rated him lower than some other people.
Which plays into the question. So he's a 5-time All-Star, made the All-NBA first team just once, while making second team twice and third team once. So in totality, good All-NBA representation, but just one first team. So Damian Lillard is the most underrated player in the NBA. In or out?
I think I have to say inbounds of this, BT. And I again, I don't look at him as a top 10 player or top 5 player, but the dude, when he puts his mind to it and wants to go score 50, he can go score 50.
Yeah.
The challenge is the team isn't quite built well enough around him to be like really viable for a championship. But you remember this game? It just happened to be on highlights the other day. It was Portland versus Oklahoma City. And Russell Westbrook was like trying to, big ball it and shoot, 3-pointers, and he kept clanking them. And Dame got the rebound. He's like clapping. He's like, yeah. He comes back down the court, shoots it for like 30 feet, and drills it. Right? That's the ice in his veins that Dame has, and he just maybe because they haven't had the team success as some of these other, superstar squads.
Yep.
He gets overlooked. So I'm gonna say inbounds to that, BT.
Okay, I'm going to say out of bounds, but again, that's coming from my position where I always put him in the proper tier, so I don't underrate him. I think others do, but my answer is De'Aaron Fox, actually. I just don't think that De'Aaron Fox. I know that certainly Kings fans know he's good.
Yeah.
And, fans who love Kentucky know he's having a really big season. He didn't go first overall, didn't go second, he went 5th overall, got drafted by a franchise that was in shambles with instability, a couple of coaches, revolving door players, blah, 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 blah. His efficiency has spiked. Yeah, he can always play, but I think you're starting to see, and he's 22, I think you're starting to see De'Aaron Fox enter this next level trajectory where in a year or two, he might, for some, be overlooked like Damian Lillard is kind of overlooked today. I think De'Aaron Fox is on his way to borderline superstardom, and that's obviously how I view Lillard, too. So my answer is Fox. Might surprise some people, but I'm going De'Aaron Fox.
Tune in next time for another edition of Inbounds or Out of Bounds with Tiki and Tierney.